micro preview on projecting texture through camera and using a texture here. So usually I texture in the color view, and then just to see what's going on, and then I add that, copy those values to the bump map. So I deactivated this one and just pasted that info in here. You can see that I got a kind of like a rock displacement, and you can see that I'm using a front projection and via the camera 2. So camera 1 is the render camera and camera 2 is the projection camera for this texture to use. So you can see I got this kind of like fall off here because I tried to use an alpha, but it just didn't work the way it should. Not quite sure why. Anyway, so I added the alpha to that one. So of course I could work more on this, but you get the idea that you could actually project a displacement map through a camera view. So I would have liked for this camera to be, have another icon or something like that, but it's stuck to looking like a camera. So anyway, so of course this mountain is displaced. Let's see here, 25 divisions, and I got enable bump on. That copies, let's see here, so if it's almost like that bump is still active, which is kind of strange. Let's say 0. Okay, so that, I don't know, that bump almost looks like 3D. So you can see that that's quite nice actually. Sometimes you could just use a bump map instead of regular geometry. Anyway, so you can see that the thing here is that it's copying the bump map. Of course I can turn off the bump map here and it will look like that. And I can make this one higher. But the idea is that you can actually use this camera to enhance the terrain. So if you have a procedural terrain, then you can just add texture maps in places where you need it. That's the idea. This is just very, very slow now, but that's because, well, a big part of it is because not because of the subhash, but because I'm using a horrible graphics card. So if I turn this one down, it's almost as slow, and it's actually due to my graphics card being very slow. Yeah, that didn't look good. So remember that. Again, mixing these two does look pretty nice. And please don't mind the speed here. I tried to make a fall off. Just want to show you that first. That I did try make a fall off using distant to null, but I found that it didn't really work that great. So I tried to use that as an alpha, but it was only worked so-so. Now let's see if I can take the camera. I doubt this will work, but let's take that camera, not camera 1, but camera 2, and let's clone that. Just copy and clone that. Sorry, I had the wrong coordinate system on, I think. Let's see. System. No, it's correct. It's just, the thing is, it's so slow. My computer's so slow. Sorry. Let's see here. Okay, so I guess I can take that one, and actually that's pretty good then. I can take that one, and I guess I can just clone it, copy that one, and add to layers, and same stuff, but I'll move this. Instead of being camera 2, I'll set that to camera 3. Okay, so now I got 2 of those displacements, and that was, fairly easy. Again, sorry for the horrible slow stuff here. Did the displacement change now? Let's see. And this one is, I don't know, reset. Oh yeah, okay. It's because I'm not using this one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there we go. I haven't been able to get rid of this stuff here yet, but you can see how you could use this. And so if this was a procedural terrain, then you could just add detail onto that procedural terrain by using a texture, an image map.